Before I joined LOGIX, I was a small business owner. I owned my own business for 5 years in San Diego, California. In 2007, or actually, yeah, 2007, I sold my business, moved out here with my family, and really just looked for a company that I could learn from. I had never worked for anyone. I've always been an entrepreneur, and so I decided to look for a company that followed my beliefs, followed the way that I did business, and LOGIX was that perfect fit. During my first 6 months at LOGIX, I was lost. I had no clue what a T1 was. I didn't know what a PRI was. I was in a fog. I basically talked to a couple of the successful people that were here prior to me, and they had two answers. The first answer was go out and cold call, knock on as many doors as possible, and the second answer was go out and cold call and knock on as many doors as possible. So for the first 6 months, I did that. I walked out, got on the streets, went through a couple pairs of shoes, met a lot of people, and it definitely paved the way for my success now. Prior to coming to LOGIX, my goals were always not set in stone. I never really had written them down, and coming to a company where goals are a huge part of your success, I've used the life plan to really take inventory of the things that I want to do as a husband, as a parent, and just things that I want to enjoy. And I've been able to cross off about 8 things off my list already just in the 2.5 years that I've been with LOGIX. Having that set in front of me, having those carrots dangling in front of me has been a great opportunity to reach for something that I never thought I would reach for. When I first started at LOGIX, the biggest goal that I had coming into it was to make 6 figures. I wanted to make that $100,000 salary. The first year that I worked here, 2008, first full year, I missed that goal by $5,000. So my first full year, I made about $95,000, which it was a place that I could hit this goal. My first memorable milestone at LOGIX was getting that first $10,000 commission check. My wife and I, having a check where, in the past that was, 20–30% of what I made in a whole year. Get that on 1 month. My wife and I actually took a cruise. We went to Grand Cayman, celebrated, with lots of drinks, and got my white pasty face a little tan. So that was, that's what you use $10,000 for. My lifestyle's changed completely now that I'm working for LOGIX. I'm going to have a steady income. I'm able to earn a huge amount of money. I'm not worrying about where that next check is coming from. How am I going to pay the mortgage? I'm able to also look at, hey, where are we going to spend our next vacation as a family? Having the ability to go anywhere we want to, either in the US or the world, is an awesome feeling. My biggest obstacle after my first year was consistency. I mean, selling 8 T1s, 6 T1s 1 month, and then the next month selling maybe 2 or 3 T1s, I noticed, I looked at it and said that, this is not the way that I'm going to be able to get to President's Club. I needed to be consistent and sell those 6 T1s every month, across the board. So what I did is I reflected, looked at what my activity levels were, and really made sure that every single month I was out there calling people, knocking on doors, talking to vendors, networking, so that my business was consistent and not on a roller coaster. At LOGIX, I have a TV that's in my hallway that's still in a box that I haven't even unwrapped, that I just won, a 50-inch plasma. I've been able to win a ski trip. I've been able to, obviously, going to President's Club this year, having vacations, and a boatload of cash. I mean, cash coming all over the place. I think the biggest thing, as was told to me when I started, is there's 2 things that you need to do. You need to knock on doors, and you need to cold call. And obviously, if you're consistent with that, if you do that every day, every week, every month, you're definitely going to be able to be at President's Club next year.